Hi, welcome to episode 3. Today we are going to be talking about nonfiction information. And here again we have Abigail.
Hi.
And Sophia. Great. So today we're going to do something very simple. We're going to take a book that we have. This one is called Seashore Life. I almost want to say Seahorse Life because there's a seahorse on the cover. And we're going to read bits and pieces of this book. So what you can do at home is on your school website. I know that many local schools have great library websites. You can go on and follow links for informational encyclopedias, even animal facts and things like that. Also, you can find that at your local library website too. If you forget any of your codes to get in for the library for your school, usually there's an information page or a link, or I'm sure you could email your librarian, okay? So here we go. That's going to be a great resource for you while you're home. Even we have, I know you guys have used BrainPop before, right?
Yeah,
Most
BrainPop
schools do have a code for that, which is really fun too. Okay, so here's simply what we're going to do. Sophia has separated into what I know and what I learned. So we're going to do a couple animal study rather than just focus on one. If you want to focus on one animal, then go for it. So here's what you're going to do, what I know. So the first animal we're going to talk about is a jellyfish. Now at home, I want you to start thinking about what do you know about a jellyfish? If you're doing this along with us, you can simply write what I know on one side of your paper and what I learned. Okay, and on the top, write your first animal, jellyfish. So take a minute to think about what you know and write a couple things, jot a couple things down. Again, it's note-taking, so you don't have to have very long sentences. Okay, so think for a minute about what you know. And we're going to do the same. Okay? Okay, so jot down a couple things you know about jellyfish and see if you have something different than what we know.
They could hurt you.
All right, so you could pause it too if you want time to write. Here we go. So Abigail, what do you know about jellyfish?
They could hurt you because they are very, very hurtful animals to people.
How do they hurt, do you know?
If you touch them, they'll zap you.
So she's saying what she knows is they can hurt you. I think, though, it sounds like she's not really sure exactly how that works, so that would be kind of good information to look for. Okay, Sophia, what do you know about jellyfish?
There are jellyfish that you can actually touch.
Yes, some don't hurt you, right? So some you can actually touch. Now, I know a personal story. We had their uncle, right? My brother-in-law got stung when he was away by a jellyfish. And he had a jellyfish imprint on his body. The tentacles could be seen, like how would you say that? He was stung so bad that you could see it. So we don't have many of those around here. So when you go swimming near us, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So let's see what we can learn. So far we wrote, they can hurt you, some don't hurt you. So what do you know at home? Okay. I think you probably know a bit more. After, if you want to comment some things you learned about any of the animals we do, sure, go ahead. Okay. So soft and see-through. So I'll show you the picture. Okay, and then I'll try to read. It's a smaller book. Sometimes nonfiction, right? Sometimes they're nice and big. This one isn't. Soft and see-through like jelly, a jellyfish has no bones. Oh, that's not what I know, right? So this is new learning. We didn't know that it didn't have any bones, so we're adding that. It has long, stinging tentacles that hang down from its body. It uses these to sting and kill food, such as shrimp, and then drag it into its mouth. So here we learned another thing, right? We learned that it uses its tentacles to kill its food, to eat, right? So what is something that it eats? It said shrimp, right? This one, I don't think I'd want to meet him. He doesn't look very nice. So, doesn't have bones, eats shrimp. Okay. Jellyfish, such as the Portuguese man-of-war, can have a very painful sting. Never touch a jellyfish. So even if you know that some jellyfish are safe to touch, never touch one, right? Stay away from them. Jellyfish do not swim strongly. They drift wherever currents and winds push them. So they don't swim well. That's interesting, right? The waves take them where they go. Okay, so we can write that too, what you learned. Where to find them. Jellyfish usually live in the open sea. They are sometimes washed ashore onto beaches. So they tend not to be too close to shore is what they're saying. What to look for. Size. Jellyfish are from a few inches wide to the size of an adult person. Oh, goodness. Their tentacles can be as long as 100 feet, and they come in many different colors. A jellyfish body is almost all water. I did not know that either. Okay, so there's the jellyfish. So then what we'll do is, I wonder if you heard something that I didn't write down, or maybe you know something that I don't know to begin with, right? Okay, so here's our next thing. We're going to look at octopus. What do we know? Now we're thinking about octopus and what we know. So Sophia's going to draw a line underneath. Now, if you are lucky enough to have like a little chart board at home like this, we found one expo marker. If you are lucky enough to have that, go ahead and write it on there and erase it after. Take a picture when you're done. Right? It'd be fun to do it that way. It's kind of fun that, since we're not in school, that, you can learn in different ways, right? Maybe you are doing something fun with your family or grandma, whoever you're with, follow a recipe, make some cookies, right? Draw on a chartboard, draw on a piece of chart paper, draw on a piece of construction paper, whatever makes you happy, right? Okay, so now the next thing is octopus. So what do we know about octopus? So you can pause it and think about what you know and write down what you know. So she's going to write octopus and what I know. And we're thinking over here what we know about octopus. Are you thinking? Octopus. O-C-T-O-P-U-S. Yep, that's an O. Octopus. Good.
I know something about octopus.
All right, so she's going to write what I know, and then Abby's going to contribute something. She's going to tell us what she knows. Sophia's really good at the writing part. I'm really glad I have her. We're getting a little slanted like this, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, go for it, Abs. What do you know?
I know that octopus spread ink.
Do they do that?
Yes. When when their prey tries to get them,
You're so right. I was thinking of a squid. An octopus does that too. So, what I know. So she's not going to write octopus. She can just write squirts black ink.
How do you spell squirt?
S-Q-U. That's the Q, right? Q and U together. I-R-T-S.
I thought it was.
Squirts. Look, she learned a new word today. Squirts out black ink. Anyone know anything else? You probably added a lot.
That's all I can think
Why is it called an octopus? What does octo stand for?
8.
8, right? So it has 8 what?
is that 8 tentacles?
8 tentacles, yeah.
How do you spell tentacle?
Tentacles. Do your best spelling. Okay, that was interesting spelling. So yeah, again, when you're taking notes, don't get so hung up with spelling. If you want to write a report after, then go back and correct the words you weren't sure about. Okay, so let's learn about them. Do we know anything else? Is that it?
My brain.
Your brain can't think. We're going to do 3 animals today, so maybe 4, we'll see. So here we go. An octopus, if you see, has these, you see the picture of it, right? This is where the ink is being squirted at its predator, right? That's what Abigail said. And here's a nice real picture of one. Okay. I do wish this was bigger, but, we do with what we can. An octopus has a kind of foot that is divided into 8 arm-like tentacles. It uses these to catch shrimp and crabs, which are its main food. Did we know that already? What's its main food?
I can just in the video.
What's its main food? I'll read it again. It uses these to catch shrimp and crabs, which are its main food. I'm sure you were listening. Suckers on each of the tentacles help the octopus to hold onto rocks. I'm sure many of you knew that too, right? That the octopus has suckers, almost like grabby things. Suckers, I guess, is the technical word. onto the ends of their tentacles. Where to find them? Octopuses hide under rocks in holes and under plants near the low tide line off both coasts. What to look for? Size. An octopus can be from a few inches long to 16 feet long. Think about an adult. Sophia's playing with me over here. An adult, right? You know, the tallest person I've really ever seen is 6 something, right? So this 6 feet. And this is 16. That's quite a lot longer. An octopus is grayish brown, but it can change color to blend into its background to hide from a predator. I like that fact, right? So what can it do to hide?
They could spread ink.
That's not to hide.
Yes.
What do they do to hide? At home, you're probably shouting it right now. What do they do to hide? Blend into the background, change color. Good. An octopus has a small, hard shell like a skeleton inside its soft body. Octopus shoots jets of water out its body to push it through the water. That's how it moves. So we learned that a jellyfish doesn't really swim well, and an octopus has to use water to push it through its body to kind of like push off, right? Almost like you pushing off the side of a pool, right, when you're swimming. And we compare it to the jellyfish, and that the jellyfish really uses the water's currents, right, to bring it and push it. So we added a couple things we know about what we knew, and then a couple things about what we learned, right? A nice simple strategy you can use at home. Okay, so now we have another animal. Let's look at, all right. Can you stop doing that? That's loud. Yes, you are. She's going to read a book. We're going to make a separate video so she can share a book with you. Okay, so we're going to move on to a crab. How many people like crabs? How many people have ever seen a fiddler crab before? Okay, so this is a fiddler crab. I love new books, right? This book is even hard to open. This is a National Geographic book. Oh, that'd be a great website to go to, too. Go to National Geographic to find out some information, too.
Yep.
Okay? So a fiddler crab.
Watch on TV. The natural.
Oh, on TV? Yeah, but then you can't always, you have to see what's on, right? Like if you go onto the website, you probably could do a search for different kinds of animals, right? Any sort of aquarium websites, too, that would be good as well. All right, here we go. Fiddler crab. What do we know about a fiddler crab, right? Look at those long claws. Okay, so she's riding a fiddler crab.
I know.
We are right now. What do you know about a fiddler crab? So you could
just
pause
read
it and think about it, okay?
Where did the marker go?
Oh, goodness. All right, so what do we know about a fiddler crab? Look at the picture. Do you guys know anything about a fiddler crab?
They have long claws.
They do have long claws, right? Yeah. What else do we know?
That they can pinch.
They can pinch, right? I also feel like I don't ever just see one of them. I usually see a lot of them, right? So I feel like, do they travel in groups, or is it just that, I don't know.
They hurt people. Kill them.
They don't kill people.
They snap them. Snap. Snap. Snap.
All right, so we're adding more information at home. You can add more information as well. Okay. So far we have long claws, pinch, and kill people, which needs to be erased because that is not a real fact. But guess what? You know what? We'll keep it there to show that if you have misinformation, if you read and you see that you're wrong, you could just simply cross it out. Okay, ready?
It's not wrong. It's right.
Okay. When the tide is out, large numbers of fiddler crabs crawl over the mud and grass of a salt marsh looking for the remains of dead sea animals and plants to eat. The male has one huge claw. Did we know that? So we learned that the male has one huge claw. Can we write that down?
One huge, gigantic.
What else did you hear that you learned? I also learned what they eat. Did you hear what they eat?
They eat.
Yeah, they actually eat dead animals.
Yeah.
The remains of dead animals. So Sophia can add that
dead
as
shark
well.
they'll eat.
What?
They'll eat a dead shark.
I don't know how big of an animal they would eat. I'm not really sure. Or is it
Tiny
little
fish.
pieces of things? I'm not sure. It doesn't say. Where to find? Watch for fiddler crabs near holes in mud flats or in the banks of salt marsh channels. And so they live close to the shoreline, right? Or on the shore. They eat, what do we say? Dead sea animals and plants. What to look for? Size. Fiddler crabs are up to 2 inches wide. Oh, I thought they were bigger than that. They vary from purple or gray blue to brown. The male's large claw has brighter markings. So they are, what facts did we just hear? I heard a couple, right? How big are they? We heard that. Who heard how big they are?
They are only 2 inches wide.
Yep, only 2 inches. Okay, and what color can they be? Purple, gray, blue, or brown. So they can be a couple of different colors. When the whale waves its claw, it looks a bit like someone playing a fiddle. What's another name for a fiddle? I'm sure you know.
A strudel.
A fiddle?
No, a fiddle is a violin. Right?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So that's why they call it a fiddler crab. The fiddler crab's big claw looks dangerous, but it's not strong enough to be a weapon. So could it kill a human?
Yes.
It's 2 inches big.
No.
And its crab is dangerous, but not that strong. So can it?
No.
No. What else? The fiddler's crab, big claw, looks dangerous, right? Is the one we just read, but it's just not strong enough to hurt someone. Okay, maybe a little pinch, right? So that's what we did today. So what we did was we did 3 animals. You could study just one if you'd like. We did the jellyfish, the octopus, and the crab. What we did was we simply made a chart. What I know. What's the matter?
I want to say be in a picture.
Oh.
Mommy,
Apparently, third day we're a little nutsy.
remember these things are 22 minutes long?
Oh, they just happened to happen. It's weird. The timing has been the same. Anyway, so jellyfish, we did octopus and crab. What we simply did was what we know about it and what we learned about it. You could go on any website that maybe has to do with a big aquarium or zoo if it's a zoo animal you'd like to study. You could also go to the National Geographic website. You also could go on your school's website, right, to see what links they have. So today's job after, if you'd like, is to go find an animal you want to study and do what we did.
And
Or
you
you could
can
make
make
a small book like about a couple of different animals that you want to study. It could be short, right? It doesn't have to be a long, lengthy
video,
book.
you'll see my picture.
Yes, and Abigail is going to do a separate video where she shares a book for you just to listen to. Okay, so have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.